Hello and welcome back, everybody. This is the mighty Hupsaiya coming at you with a new video. Today I'm tackling a little bit more of a complicated subject. I know everybody hates getting tower rushed, and here I'm going to explain my way of dealing with early game Mongol tower rushes as China. So without further ado, let's get on into it. So right off the bat, we do something a little different than normal. I always open up with a second scout in every matchup. This is not required. You don't have to do this. It takes a lot more control than usual to do this. I'm going to go through this a little faster. So I'm going to make my second scout. I'm not going to focus on anything but what I do here in this early game. So we're going to make our second scout. We're going to put one extra worker onto food. And then we're going to rally 2 workers to gold. And what's different about this is that we know our opponent is a Mongolian player. I'm going to turn down the volume just a little bit because it's a little too loud for me. We know that our opponent is a Mongolian player, so we skip our Imperial Official because our Imperial Official slows down our Feudal Age quite badly. So our 9th worker pops out. He makes our house. He makes our mining camp. You know our opponent's a Mongolian. We're searching for sheep. No big deal, right? No big deal. We go 7 food, 2 gold, and then we rally to our wood. We make a wood camp. And we're going to just keep rallying workers to the wood. I'm over on his side of the map. I did scout this game, and I did see that there was not a barracks this game. So I did not think a tower rush was on the way. But my opponent, he was a little smarty pants, and his barracks was built over here, and I did not notice this. You notice that there's a barracks, you can preemptively do things. So I'm going to point this out, right? Because I did not make my Imperial Official, my Barbican of the Sun is quite a bit faster. You can hit a significantly faster timing for your Barbican of the Sun as China if you do not open with an Imperial Official. You can start this around 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And because China builds their buildings 100% faster, you can have this finished before tower rush shenanigans even begin happening. You see his workers are on the way. He had a little bit longer of a distance than normal to travel to my base to start this up. But you see, normally what a Mongolian player would do is come over here, start a tower to deny either your stone or your gold. I got lucky here. My gold was in the back of the base. My plan from the start of this game was to go for a second town center, so I'm making the Barbican of the Sun on the stone outcropping. If you do not want a second town center, your Barbican of the Sun, generally speaking, is going to be protecting your gold. So I'm going to go back to only my vision. I still don't know that those workers are on my side of the map. So I have my workers rallied to stone now so that I can get the stone and the wood for my second town center. I still have no idea that I'm getting tower rushed. But the thing is we don't have to worry about it so much because this is finished so early that it's going to protect us naturally. So here I finally see his tower. So what we're going to do here is this is probably going to get removed from the game, so I'm not going to explain it too hard. You tell the scout to attack the tower, then you tell it to attack the worker, and it resets the auto attack timer of the scout. You see here I'm attacking much faster than usual. I think they're going to remove this from the game like they did other animation canceling. So what you're going to do is you're going to just try and poke the workers, right? So I get to deny one of his workers, and we are totally fine. I'm on track. I'm not panicking. I'm not throwing down an archery range or anything right now. I'm not panicking. I'm not trying to get spearmen to fight his spearmen. We're just holding on. We're very calm about what's going on here. I would very, very much suggest do not lose your scout in the early game. So the plan here is we're going to just drop our town center right in front of this tower, right? Because if you'll notice, I'm going to finish my town center way before he's going to finish his outpost. And that's basically it, right? This is like, this player is around my ELO, so he's around 1400 ELO, which is pretty high, right? It's not world-class player, but 1400 ELO is pretty high. Anybody around this level of play knows what they're doing. He might not have executed this as perfectly as possible, but I have one more game to show you after this that will illustrate that your defense of this can be very simple and clean. You just don't build an Imperial Official. You always make the Barbican of the Sun on your stone or your gold. If your gold's out in the front of your base here, you're really going to need to build the Barbican of the Sun on top of the gold. So from this point, right, this is defended. This tower rush has done nothing. He spent money on extra towers. I was worried that he had built he was going to go and rush this side of my wood, but we're not worried about it, right? It's not a big deal. We build a tower here preemptively. I didn't know that he was over here, but I had a feeling that he might be, and he was, so it wasn't a bad idea to build this here. And yeah, so I'm going to move on to the next game, because what I do here is we just go double archery range. I'm going to speed up here a little bit. We go double archery range, and because his feudal age is significantly later than ours, our worker count is significantly ahead of his. We're 7 workers ahead of him now. We go double archery range. We've got both of our imperial officials out. We start spamming archers. We deal with this. We make a blacksmith, and if you want to clean up his towers, you're going to make siege engineering, and you're going to make 1 ram, and you're going to use that ram to clean up the towers, and your archers can go across the map and poke your opponent for trying to do something greedy, like taking his hunt or taking his berries, which is what I do later in this game. But I'm not going to show you guys the rest of this game because we're just focusing in on that early game defense. All right, so here we are in the second replay. This is a significantly higher ranked opponent that I played in a tournament a day or two ago. Divine DFP, he is a top 100 player in the world. So his execution of this tower rush is very strong. I'm going to just reiterate my points. You do not make an Imperial official. You make your Barbican of the Sun on your gold or on your stone. If your gold is exposed, like it is for me this game, right? This is like exposed, so it's much easier for him to rush this resource. We're going to build the Barbican of the Sun to defend our gold instead of to defend our stone. And because I can't defend the stone with the Barbican of the Sun, we don't go for a town center, a second town center this game. But I'm going to demonstrate this game. I hit my timings a lot tighter than I did in the last game. So we make our house. We're getting our gold and our food. It's important to note that if your opponent is leapfrogging their towers, like if they build a tower out here, this is too far for that tower to do a denial of your resources. But what they're going to do is they're going to leapfrog that tower towards you, right? They'll build it here, and then they'll build another one further forward. You don't want to try too hard to deny this tower. You don't want to be afraid. You don't want to try too hard to deny a tower that's in a leapfrog position. You only want to worry about denying the towers that are going to directly deny your resources. And because I'm building the Barbican of the Sun, you see I had a 240. Also here, I make a little wall preemptively, but I decide not to because I thought he wasn't tower rushing me. A little unlucky here, but you can think about like early game walls to deny positions like this, and it will really help you out. But as you can see here, there's no way he can leapfrog a tower to my side of the map. He sees my Barbican of the Sun, and then he doesn't know where my town center is, right? So China builds our workers. Our workers build buildings faster, so I threatened to build the tower right next to his tower with 1 more worker than him, so my tower is going to finish significantly faster. So he cancels it and moves back to a leapfrog position where he's going to finish this tower and then try and move forward with another one. So I just walled off after canceling the tower. So from here, I'm transitioning into teching. Like what I'm thinking about is either archers or horsemen, and because he's playing spearman style, you're not going to go for horsemen versus a Mongolian player. So we go for our archery range, and now we're going to think about getting our imperial official after our feudal age. You definitely want to get your imperial official as quickly as possible after the feudal age is finished, because you really need it to get onto either your archery range if you feel threatened, or you need to get it onto a resource if you feel like you need a resource really badly. But from this point, what I do is I play a fast castle opener, which I would not suggest doing because the Mongolian player didn't invest as much as I thought he was going to into this. He comes over here and tries to deny me on this side, and obviously I cannot see him. I don't know that his tower is over here, but I bring my archer over here, and you should be fine as long as you get these archers real quick. See, I can come over here, I can deny the tower. Spearman can't do much of anything. We poke his spearman, we tell him to get out of here. So, at this point, tower rush defended, okay? Don't think too heavily about this early game portion. Don't make your Imperial official too early because it delays your Barbican and it gives the opponent an easier position to tower rush you from. Let me see. I got some other notes to talk about. If the spears move away from the tower like he has here, you can maybe do something like pull your scouts to go attack the tower, or you can pull some workers to go attack the tower. But this player, like I said, he's very good. He's a top 100 player. He's going to leave a spearman in all of his towers, so don't think about pulling workers to deny his towers. Don't think about that too hard. You don't want to, like, rush your defense of this. You just want to consolidate and be ahead economically like I currently am. Because if you'll look at the state of the game, hold on. His income is pretty weak right now when it comes to food, and he does not have his feudal age finished yet, and I had my feudal age finished 3 minutes ago. So he spent a solid 200 something wood, I'd say, on towers and spearmen and a barracks. So it's around 300 wood actually, and you should be quite ahead technically at this point. You're not winning the game, you just have like a fractional advantage after having defended like this, because you're not forcing the opponent to continue investing in spears like you would if you had defended by making a barracks. Because when you defend by making a barracks, you're spending just as much resources as they are to defend as they are to attack, and that's not going to turn out as good for you as just defending in this way. So I hope that this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section. Please leave a like and a subscribe if this helped you. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. Good night. Peace.